Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. This video uses AI narration to present our original book analysis. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Walter Isaacson's biography, Einstein, His Life and Universe.
Oh, yeah. A fascinating book.
Yeah, and it's more than just equations and theories. You get a glimpse into Einstein the man, his rebellious student days, his complex personal life, and the events that shaped his worldview.
It's really fascinating how Isaacson weaves together Einstein's personal and professional life. You start to understand how his experiences, his personality, even his quirks, all played a part in his groundbreaking scientific work.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The book challenges the idea that Einstein was a terrible student. He actually excelled, especially in math. What's interesting to me is that even as a young boy, he wasn't satisfied with simply memorizing formulas. He developed his own proof of the Pythagorean theorem at 12. What do you make of that?
It shows an early inclination towards independent thinking and a need to understand the underlying principles of things. This drive to question established knowledge would become a hallmark of his scientific career. He wasn't afraid to challenge conventional wisdom, even as a student.
Right.
He clashed with professors who favored rote learning over genuine curiosity.
He definitely had a rebellious streak.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if he would have made those groundbreaking discoveries without that willingness to question authority. And it wasn't just limited to science, right? He rejected organized religion, but still felt this deep sense of awe for the natural world, what he called the mind of God.
That's a key insight into Einstein's worldview. He saw an inherent harmony in the universe, a deep-seated order that he was driven to understand through physics. But he wasn't just an abstract thinker. He was also a man deeply affected by the events of his time.
Right. The book doesn't shy away from the complexities of his personal life either. His relationship with Mileva Maric, his first wife, was a whirlwind of passion and intellectual collaboration, but also fraught with difficulties. And then there's the mystery surrounding their first child, a daughter who seemingly vanished from historical records.
That's a poignant reminder that even with figures as renowned as Einstein, there are parts of their lives that remain shrouded in mystery. It also raises questions about the societal pressures and norms of that era.
Yeah. It's so easy to put figures like Einstein on a pedestal. But he faced real challenges, just like anyone else. He struggled to find a job after graduation. Imagine that. The man who would revolutionize physics, working as a patent clerk.
That period was actually crucial for his development. It gave him time to think deeply, away from the pressures of academia. It was during this time that he published his groundbreaking 1905 papers, introducing the special theory of relativity, the photoelectric effect, and explaining Brownian motion.
It's mind-blowing how he managed all that while working a full-time job. And his personal life wasn't exactly calm either. It really makes you appreciate his dedication and ability to focus amidst chaos.
It speaks to his relentless curiosity, his ability to compartmentalize, and his incredible intellectual stamina.
Yeah.
Really incredible. And it's worth noting that those 1905 papers weren't just abstract theories. They had real-world implications. His work on the photoelectric effect, for example, laid the foundation for technologies like solar panels and digital cameras.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. It's easy to get lost in the complexity of his theories, but they've had a tangible impact on our lives.
Absolutely. And his work on Brownian motion, the seemingly random movement of particles suspended in a fluid, provided crucial evidence for the existence of atoms, something that was still debated at the time.
It's amazing how he connected these seemingly disparate phenomena to reveal fundamental truths about the universe. But let's not forget about his masterpiece, the general theory of relativity. It's mind-boggling to think how he was able to reconceptualize gravity, not as a force, but as a curvature of space-time.
It's a truly revolutionary idea. And what's fascinating is that it all started with a simple thought experiment. Imagining a man falling from a roof. Einstein realized that the man wouldn't feel gravity while falling, leading him to the equivalence principle, a key insight for developing the theory.
It seems so simple, but so profound at the same time. He had a knack for using these thought experiments to explore the deepest mysteries of the universe. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. He spent years wrestling with the math, collaborating with mathematicians, and even facing moments of self-doubt, before arriving at the final equations for general relativity in 1915.
His perseverance is truly inspiring. He faced setbacks, revised his theories multiple times, and even had a health crisis during that period. But he never gave up on his quest to understand gravity.
And when his theory was finally confirmed by observations of the bending of starlight, during a solar eclipse in 1919, It was a moment of triumph, not just for Einstein, but for science itself. Think about that. He predicted how gravity would bend light from distant stars, years before it was actually observed.
It was a stunning validation of his ideas, and it propelled him to international fame, making him a household name and a symbol of scientific genius.
Yeah, it's interesting how he navigated that newfound fame. On one hand, he enjoyed the recognition and used his platform to speak out against injustice. But he also struggled with the loss of privacy and the constant scrutiny.
Fame is a double-edged sword, especially for someone like Einstein, who valued simplicity and intellectual freedom. But amidst the whirlwind of public attention, his mind never stopped working. He continued to grapple with the implications of his theories and explored new frontiers in physics.
Like his work on quantum mechanics, right?
Yes. He famously had a complex relationship with quantum mechanics, a theory he helped to develop, but ultimately found unsettling. He couldn't reconcile the randomness and uncertainty at the heart of quantum mechanics with his belief in a deterministic universe governed by clear laws.
Yeah, I remember reading about his debates with Niels Bohr about the interpretation of quantum mechanics. Those must have been some intense conversations.
They are legendary. They weren't just scientific disputes. They were philosophical clashes about the nature of reality itself. Do we live in a universe where God plays dice, as Einstein put it, or is there a deeper level of order that we haven't yet grasped?
Yeah. Those are questions that physicists are still grappling with today. And it speaks to the enduring legacy of Einstein's work. He not only revolutionized our understanding of the universe, but he also posed profound questions that continue to challenge and inspire us.
His relentless pursuit of knowledge, his willingness to challenge established ideas, and his deep humanity continue to resonate with people across generations. It's why he remains such a captivating figure, even decades after his death.
Isaacson's biography does a brilliant job of capturing the essence of this extraordinary man. It goes beyond the stereotypical image of the eccentric genius and reveals the complexity of Einstein's personality, his struggles, and his enduring impact on science and the world.
It's a book that I think will stay with you long after you finish reading it. It invites you to not only appreciate Einstein's intellectual brilliance, but also to reflect on the nature of genius, the power of ideas, and the responsibility that comes with knowledge.
Absolutely. And on that note, I think it's time we move on to the final part of our deep dive into Einstein's life and universe. We'll explore his later years, his personal struggles, his political activism, and the lasting impact of his work on our understanding of the cosmos. So as we move into this final part of our deep dive, Einstein's later years weren't all about scientific breakthroughs. There were some personal challenges he faced as well.
Yeah, definitely. One of the most heartbreaking aspects that Isaacson highlights is the declining health of his son Edward, who suffered from schizophrenia. This was a source of immense sorrow for Einstein.
Yeah. It's a reminder that even brilliant minds like Einstein aren't immune to the pain and struggles of life. But despite these challenges, Einstein's passion for physics never really wavered.
It didn't.
He remained dedicated to his pursuit of a unified field theory, a theory that would essentially unite all the forces of nature.
Right, which is kind of the holy grail of physics, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But what's interesting is that his approach to this unified field theory became increasingly isolated from the mainstream scientific community.
That's right. Many physicists had shifted their focus to quantum mechanics. But Einstein, he continued to follow his own path, even when it diverged from the prevailing trends.
I think that speaks volumes about his intellectual independence.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to go against the grain, to trust his own intuition and pursue his own scientific vision.
Absolutely. He was a true pioneer in that sense. And it's worth noting that Einstein's life wasn't confined to just theoretical physics. He was also deeply engaged with the political and social issues of his time.
Yeah, the book definitely delves into that aspect of his life. His activism against racism and McCarthyism, his advocacy for world peace, and his support for Zionism.
He wasn't afraid to use his platform to speak out against injustice, to advocate for causes he believed in, even when it was controversial.
And, thinking about it, it's pretty inspiring to see how he combined his intellectual brilliance with this moral courage, He used his fame to try to make a difference in the world.
It's a powerful reminder that we can all strive to use our voices to speak truth to power and work towards a more just and equitable world, regardless of our background or profession.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into Einstein's life and universe, it's clear that his impact goes far beyond just the realm of science.
Yeah, his ideas have really permeated our culture, haven't they?
Absolutely. His theories revolutionized our understanding of the universe, challenging traditional notions of time, space, and gravity. They've influenced art, philosophy, literature.
It's amazing to think about how his work has sparked so much intellectual ferment, even outside of the scientific community.
It really speaks to the power of ideas to transcend disciplinary boundaries and to shape our understanding of the world around us. And it makes you wonder, how different would the world be if Einstein had never existed?
That's a thought-provoking question. It really underscores the impact that a single individual can have, the power of curiosity and the enduring legacy of scientific genius.
Well, this deep dive into Einstein's life and universe has been a truly fascinating journey. We've seen the man behind the myth, his brilliance, his flaws, his triumphs, his tragedies. We've explored his groundbreaking theories and the enduring questions that they continue to pose.
It's been quite a journey. And if you're intrigued by what we've discussed today and want to delve deeper into the extraordinary life and work of Albert Einstein, I highly recommend reading Walter Isaacson's Einstein, His Life and Universe.
It's a fantastic book. You can purchase it using the link in the description. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe to Mindful Moments for more thought-provoking book analyses. Until next time.